Hello everyone. Today in this tutorial, I'm going to show you on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Now, before I show you on how to solve the Rubik's Cube, I'm going to show you the basics. So let's get into that right now. Now, to know the basics of the Rubik's Cube, you need to know how all of these pieces go together and how they work. So the middle pieces, they never move. Okay, everything around the middle pieces move. So these are called edge pieces, okay, and they move. Now, these are called corner pieces. Now, these move, okay, and it works for the entire cube. So this center never moves, this center never moves, and then this center never moves, okay? So none of those centers move, and then every piece around those centers does, okay? So now that we have all of those pieces out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, to start off with the tutorial, you need to have a scrambled cube, which I have here. Now, when solving for the Rubik's Cube, you need to make a cross, and I'm going to put that on screen right now. Okay, so now you've seen what is going to happen. You will have a better idea of what we need to do. Okay, so I'm just going to find a center with as much pairs as I can. So there's one. Ooh, white. That's a good one. Red. No, green. Okay, I think we're gonna do white. Okay, now this can work for any color. It doesn't have to be white. I prefer white because my eyes see it better and it just works better for me. It's all about preference for you. Okay, now if you want to do white, you totally can. It's totally fine. Okay, so we need to make a cross. So we already have two edge pieces lined up with our center, which is very good. Now, this is already done for us, okay? And what we have to do is we have to take these center pieces that have white and then another color. We take that other color and we match it up with its center piece. And then we just bring it up to the white, okay? So this one's incomplete, but this one is, okay? So we need to, let's see, to get the, we can't do that because that'll break off, you know, from these two colors right here. So what we have to do is we just have to bring this side down 2 times, and then we just orient the piece over here to where these two are matching, and then there's our white. And then all we have to do is just bring it up. There we go. And then now we have this piece kept, and then this piece kept. Now we have a little bit of our cross. So let's find another color. So here's another edge piece. So we have white and red. So to get this edge piece to match up with its red, we just have to bring it down, and then we just move it over like this, and then we just pull that up. So now we just have one more edge piece to do. So let's see, where it is. Okay, so here it is. It's already matched up. So here's blue and white. So we are just going to bring that up. So now we have our cross. Okay, now that we have our cross, we need to put in the white corners. Okay, and how we do that is you just want to keep the cross facing up. Okay, you don't want to do all this. You know, you don't want to do all this unless it's needed for you to orient the pieces. So just keep the cube upright like this, or facing out like this. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at this bottom layer, okay? So we've already found a piece, so it is orange and green and then white. Okay, so what we have to do is when we find a corner piece that is white and then 2 other colors, in this case it is orange and green, we have to bring them over in between the 2 colors, the 2 other colors that are in the corner. So here's orange and then here's green, or orange and then green. Okay, and what we do is once we have that corner piece matched in between both centers right here of the same color, all we have to do is we just push the bottom to the left. Oh, and I forgot to mention, whichever side this corner piece is on, you just do the opposite. So let's just say that this white piece was facing right here and the white was facing towards you. You have to push it over to the right, and then in this case, because it's on the right side, we have to push it to the left. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to push it to the left, bring the right side down because we're putting in the corner, and then all we have to do is we just have to push the bottom back, and then we just bring it up. And so as you can see, we have that corner in perfectly now, okay? So we have a little bit of our first face finished, okay? So let's find our second one. So here is green and red. So let's find green and red. So here's green and red, and then here's the left side that I was talking about. So all we have to do is, because it's on the left side, we have to push it to the right. So we push it to the right, bring that side down, push that side back in, and then we just bring it up, okay? And see, now we have just 2 more corners to go. So there's a problem, but first let's get this one out of the way. So actually, yeah, okay, let's get this one out of the way. So this one is already in between orange and blue, as you can see. So then all we have to do is, because it's on the right side, push it to the left, bring this right side down, push it back in, and then we just pull it up like that, okay? And then now we have that corner piece in. Now, here's an error that you will come across. It's where the piece is in the correct position, but it's flipped wrong. So what we have to do is we just have to bring this side down, and then we push it over to the left, and then we just bring it back up. So now it's out, but oops, it's upside down, okay? You'll also come across this. So like just in a normal scenario, you'll come across where the white is facing down and not up or towards you. So what you have to do is, let's say it's the last piece, just like this. You have to just you have to put it underneath the hole that you're trying to put it in. So in this case, it would be this corner right here. And then all you have to do is you just have to bring it down, and then you turn the bottom 2 times, and then look, there's the piece right there, and you just bring the right side up again, and then we do what I taught you in the beginning. So because it's on the left, we push it to the right, bring this left side down, put it back in, pull it up, and now you have completed your first face with all of these matched up correctly, okay? And now you've completed your first face. Now let's get on to the edges. Okay, to solve the edges, we need to have the cube just facing upright, and what we have to do is we have to get these pieces in its correct position. This one is already in its correct position right now because it's aligned with green and red, okay, and that's what we're going to be doing for this. So we are going, because yellow is right here is opposite to white, as I showed you in the basics, we cannot use an edge piece that has yellow. So we can't use this piece, we can't use this piece, and we can't use this piece, okay? But we can use pieces that do not have yellow. So this red and blue piece, this piece does not have yellow in it, which means that we can use it, okay? So what we have to do is we just find an edge piece, and we that does not have yellow in it, and then we take that color that's at the top, not on the bottom, but at the top right here. All we have to do is we just have to find it, match it up with its center, which in this case it's red, and then all we have to do is look over to the left or the right to see what this other color center is. Like, we have to find where the center is with this edge piece. So if we look over to the left, blue's not on the left, which means that blue's on the right, okay? Opposite from green is the blue. So because we have that, what we have to do is we have to do this algorithm. So what we do is, because it's on the right, we have to push it over to the left. So we take this edge piece, and then we just take the bottom and we push it over to the left. And because it's on the right, we have to bring this right side down, push it back, match this edge piece back up, pull the right side back up, and then now these two are connected. And then all we have to do is just follow like what I showed you in the beginning of putting in the corner. All we have to do is just come over here, push this over to the left, because the white piece is facing towards you on the left. We just have to push it to the right, bring it down, put it back in, and then all we have to do is pull it up, and then now we have our edge piece in. It's that simple. Now let's look on the bottom again, and let's find another edge piece that is not yellow. Found one. Okay, so this one is orange and blue. Now that we have orange and blue, what we have to do is we have to match it up with its orange center, which I've done here. Now we look at blue. Where's blue? Blue's not on the right. Opposite from green is the blue. Okay, so it's on the left. So what we do is we push it to the right because it's on the left. Since blue's on the left, we bring this left side down, put it back in, match up these edge pieces, pull the left side back up, Okay, flip the cube to wherever the white piece is gonna face you, and then you just push, like what I showed you in the beginning. You just push it to the left because it's on the right, and then you just bring it down, put it back in, and then you just pull it up. Now we have that edge piece in. Okay, now this is an error that I was hoping for to show you on how to get rid of this error. So the error is that the edge piece is it's flipped. So how to deal with this is, all you have to do is you just have to repeat the algorithm, and what you're trying to do is you're just going to switch out a yellow piece into here, which will bring this edge piece out and correct itself. So we just do the algorithm like normal, and then now we've freed that edge piece up. So let's find it, which is right here. Now we match it up with its centerpiece. Look to the left or right. So here's the left, orange is on the left. So we will push it to the right, pull it down, match these, match this center with its edge back up, pull the left side back up, have these matching, flip the cube over to where the white's facing, and because it's on the right, we have to switch it to the left. Okay, and then we bring this side down, put it back in, and then pull it up. Now, as you can see, you have completed the second layer of your Rubik's Cube. Now, let's get into solving the yellow cross and then your final layer. To know on how to solve the last layer, you have to make a yellow cross, and then you have to match up all these crosses with the right yellow edge pieces, and then from there you orient the corners into the right position. So let's get started. Okay, so there are three different ways that you can there are a few ways that you can solve for the yellow cross. Okay, and so what you can do is you'll either start out with a yellow center, just yellow center by itself with no other yellow edge pieces facing up like this. Either you can come out with this left hook, which is right here as you see, and then you can either end up with just a yellow bar, and then or just a yellow cross. Okay, and you can end up with either of those, but our main mission is just to get a yellow cross. Okay, and how you do that is, because I started out with a hook, all we have to do is we just put it in the left where one piece is facing to the left and then one piece is facing up in the corner like this, and then all we do is we just follow this algorithm. And now what that does is it gives us our bar, our yellow bar, as I was talking about before. Now I will show a picture on the screen. I probably showed it beforehand, but if I don't, then I'm going to show it now on all the steps of like what you could end up with on the top layer. Now that we have our yellow bar, all we have to do is just complete the same algorithm until we can get our yellow cross. So we do front face, right, top, front face, or I mean right down, up, backwards, and then we just turn the face back, and then now we have our yellow cross. And I will have annotations on the screen of the algorithms that I'm using, and then you can just follow those. So now that we have our yellow cross and we still have our second layer and first layer complete, all we have to do is we just have to match up these edge pieces with the right centers, and then we will have all of our crosses, which I will put on screen. So if not, then just follow and I will make it as best as possible. So what you have to do is you just have to flip the top layer until you find two edge pieces that match up. It'll always be two pieces that match up, okay? And as you can see, these two do not match up with their centers. They're kind of switched, if that makes any sense. So we have red here, and then we have green here. So these two are matched up perfectly. We're good on these. So what you do is you find two, you match them up, and then all you have to do is you just have to find the two incorrect ones, which are blue and orange in this case, and then you just have one error facing towards you, and then you have one error facing towards the right. So what you do is you just follow this algorithm right now. So all you have to do is just right, top twice, bring the right side down, bring the top part back, bring the right up again, and then bring the top back. And then all you have to do is bring the top back. And then now, as you can see, you've preserved your yellow cross, and then now you have preserved all of these crosses and have all these edges. Now all that we have to do is we just have to do these corners. Now in solving for the yellow corners, all you have to do is you have to get them in their correct position where they are in between both their centers, and then you just have to follow the algorithm that I will show you, and that will put everything into place. So let's get started on that. So what we have to do is we have to find a corner piece that is in between its correct centers. So this is yellow, blue, and orange. Okay, so this one is in its correct piece. Okay, and not always you will have one in its correct piece. It's not oriented correctly, like it's not flipped correctly in place, but it is in between its middle pieces. Okay, so it's in its perfect place, and then now you just have to follow this algorithm. So what you do is you have to keep it on your right. You have to keep the right corner on your right side, and you just lift up the left, turn the top, lift up the right, turn the top back, bring the left side down, and then turn the right back, and then the top back, and then just bring the right down, and then you just turn the top to the left. Okay, and so now we've kept this piece correctly, and it looks like we haven't gotten any other corner pieces correctly. So all you have to do is you just have to repeat the algorithm until these pieces all get in the correct places, which they are. So as you can see, red's in between red, green's in between green, and then yellow's in between yellow. Blue's in between blue, red's in between red, and then yellow's in between yellow. These are all in their correct places. They're just not flipped up correctly to where yellow is facing top, and they are all matched up. So what we have to do is you can have the cube oriented any way you want with the yellow cross facing up, and all you have to do is just do this algorithm that I'll show you now. And we have actually used this before in solving for the crosses. Okay, so what we do is we just have any incorrect corners facing to the right of us, and then we just lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring the right side back down, spin the top back, lift up the right, and then you just bring the top back again, and then you just and then now what we have to do is we have to repeat that same algorithm on the left. So just follow me. So you lift up the left, spin the top twice, bring the left down, spin the top once, bring up the left, put the top to the left, and then you just bring it down. Okay, and so now we've completed that. So now they are still not corrected. So then we just repeat that same algorithm, and then we have to do it for the other side as well. Okay, now we have these two corners correct, which is great. Now all you have to do is you can either hold these to you can either do these to the left, and you can do the left algorithm which I showed you, or you can just flip it to the right like I showed you before and have these on the right, and then just complete it the same way. So let's do that. So you want to have the incorrect corners on the right, and then you just want to lift up the right, spin the top twice, bring the right side back down, spin the top back, bring up the right, spin the top back, and then bring the right side down. And then we repeat the same pattern on the top for the left side. And then now, as you can see, you have solved your first Rubik's Cube. Give yourself a nice pat on the back because you just solved it. Now, as you can see, it wasn't that hard. It was super simple to do, and all it is just finding your way through the madness. So, please leave a like, please leave a comment if you enjoyed, and if you need me to do any separate videos to go more in depth on certain parts, then I will surely do that. So, thank you, and I will see you guys all later. Thanks. Bye.